Good morning, everyone. You want to walk today? Okay. How's everybody doing? Okay. Just getting it running. See, we got Justin, J-Dub. How y'all doing? Let's see. And the SPY breakdown below um, 412. This occurred yesterday, of course, but propped up at the end of the day to about 412.52 before consolidating back lower. Tried to pick up in pre.
Queen's birthday.
Okay, baby. I'm on a live stream.
Oh.
Currently trading under the EMAs on the 30 is what I'm paying attention to going forward. I did just refund my account, so I will be picking back up on the small account challenge for you guys through the Discord. Send instructions on the Discord as well on how we'll do it moving forward. Let's see here. Make sure I'm pushing this everywhere. So, I want to move coffee and stocks back to what it was built for. I want to get back to the point where we're looking at the trades that you guys have been eyeing, maybe something you may be holding, whatever may be the case. And focus on that with coffee and stocks. I mean, we can do our market overview like we do and keep that going. But like I said, I just want to make sure that we are going back to what it was originally built for, or why we started it. Give me a second, I'm still sharing this. If you would share this yourself, I'm not sure who's on the live stream. It's only showing one person, so I saw Justin and J-Dub jump in here, but I'm not sure if there's anybody else. If you'll let me know in the chat, just say good morning. That'd be great. I think my counter has been messed up from the beginning, but it could be correct. Global markets. Okay. Anyways, back to it. Yeah, I see you. See you, J-Dub. It may be working right, it may not be. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And as always, if you would, share this Facebook, Twitter, wherever you feel comfortable, Discords you may be in. All I ask. What's up, Justin? How you doing, man? Good morning. So I'm getting to the point where I believe my theory has always been correct and will forever stay correct. Um, as far as when the markets hit all-time highs, they typically consolidate the next day, and I think that's what we're seeing the remnants of. Um, it just was waiting for the QQQ to do so, or the NQ rather. And I think that's what allowed for the SPY to pull back at the same time. IWM's been having some friction itself, out of correlation with the rest of the markets. What I did do yesterday was identify the trend that we were trading within, um, over this April run, and it actually comes all the way back from March 5th. Um, and I wish I would have identified this trend back then because I'd be in a much better position. So, um, as you can see, I mean, we've been running pretty strong all the way since we bottomed out here on March 5th. And I should have identified this here. I did not. So I got caught. But as you can see, we're having a sharp pullback within that trend line. And I'll be following this 30-minute once we break out of it. Then I will go back into my bullish sentiment on the market. But with me saying that, I've been very bearish because of how hard we've been running, and I've been looking for this pullback that we have right here. Just like we had right here, is what I meant to say. But the reason I'm still very bearish is because it's the stocks are not correlating with how the markets are performing, right? So we've been looking and looking and watching for some time now, how it's a sea of red, but yet the markets are hitting ATH, um, all-time highs. And something that just stood out to me is the DXY rebounded pretty strong off of those 90.86 levels. But we did hit a key resistance level. If it breaks out above that and uh, confirms support above that level again, then I would probably start expecting us to get back above 92 on the dollar. And you can kind of get an estimate on what kind of effects that may have on the markets. Now, it might not correlate well within these smaller time frames, of course, but when we hit above 92, the SPY was back down below 387. Now, as we consolidated, that's when the SPY took off. I think this cross section on the two is something to pay attention to for your bullish indicators, just future idea. Anytime they cross paths, basically. And what you can do is you can go to TradingView and hit the plus sign right there and pick the symbol you want to compare to. And it'll lay it on top on a new price scale so they could go against each other. You can kind of have this good comparison, and get an idea. And I know that now. I wish I knew it before. Going into April, once we hit this, that could have been a key indicator to take note of. I'm not saying making investment decisions solely based off of that, but using it in your equation would be ideal. TXY is sitting at 156, and the VIX is at 18.8. So volatility is slowly starting to pick up, just hit 18.9. Like I said, if we get back to the 20s, then we'll be back to that level that we were above for the most part of the pandemic. And volatility was up and down, left and right, every day. And so we were able to capitalize on these strong movements in the markets that we were seeing in March. I don't mind that at all. And I think once you start seeing the DXY pick up, you start seeing volatility pick up, you'll see potential rotations in the market out of, growth stocks back into value stocks, or vice versa. If the trend's opposite, then you'll see from value to growth. Small caps were performing very well through the pandemic. They're cooling off, which is why the Q and the SPY are picking up. Yet the IWM is kind of settled around those 220 to 225 levels. Um, so, it's just understanding trying to determine pretty much where the market is and how it's acting, I guess you can say. Now, I know this chart's jumbled up and whatnot, and I'm going to clear it up in a second, but there's things that I'm trying to point out. Look at this compression zone. Everything was crossing over. This was back in mid-March. We can potentially use this to identify um, future sentiment changes. Can you check put call ratio on the market? Yep, sure can. Let me pull some of this stuff out of here real quick for us. Pull the VIX out. I want to keep the SPY in there. Well, I'll take the SPY out. I guess I shouldn't look at it that high. Well, let's look at it from a longer time frame real quick. Safe moon. I don't want to do this. The lower time frames. Good morning, Reg. How you doing, man? Feel like we haven't talked in a minute. Yeah, I really don't. I've known about this. I haven't utilized it myself, but it looks like for the most part, what I'm paying attention to is where the days are ending, because it's pretty much the same thing. It picks up, drops, picks up, drops, the next day, so on and so forth. But what I'm looking at is that bend up, and then we pulled back. So what I would pay attention to would be something more to the number of this. But, like I said, I don't use this as a tool in my decision making. Yeah, I'm not as frequently communicating on the Discord, but apparently if I'm not on there, nobody's going to be on there. Like, I want the Discord to be a place where you still can be there even if I'm not. So I've had to at least keep my account on there to show people that I'm there, and I'll hop in every now and then. For the most part, I'm starting to see my availability kind of become more comfortable, and I should be able to be on there a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, with the way this thing trends, it's hard to. J-Dub is who I'm referring to. It's kind of rough to understand this. Or do any TA on it, really fundamentally, basically. But for the most part, it looks like we're building the main attraction. I hear you. And I only say that, Reg, is because I still want you guys sharing and discussing potential investment opportunities if you find them throughout the day with other members. You all know that I'm not currently sharing any trades because the markets are the way they are. We are discussing potential option opportunities, and I'm still, if I feel like it causes so much lag for you, what does? Justin? But, if I do option plays and I feel like it's going to be a swing to the upside, but yet I'm bearish on the market because it's insane on this insane run. I wouldn't even call it insane. It's just on its bull run. And now that we're kind of peaking out, the things that were causing it to move will pull back with it. And then you got to consider the things that were already down. Are those going to reverse now? I mean, you have things like F-Cell below $10. BL and K. And the only reason I keep bringing these up is because I see them as powerhouses. Discord just causes you so much lag for you. Oh, okay. Need the keys? Is mommy taking you up there? Okay. Let me see that. I don't need that. Yeah. I love you. Can I get a hug before you go to school? Have a good day, okay? I love you. I've seen it differently because lately there's been more puts. The market is rallying. Yeah, people are gonna buy more puts while the market rallies because they are expecting a top and a pullback, and with it running as high as it is, it's gonna pull back. It's gonna consolidate. On the amount of momentum it had to the upside, you can expect even harder momentum to the downside. Because even though we are at all-time highs, when selling starts, it's almost 2 to 3 times quicker than it is for the buying to pick up, right? So that's why you see sudden dropouts sometimes. And you know, when I say dropouts, I'm saying 5 to 10% pull downs. Especially with the criteria that we've been paying attention to on the markets, it meets that $10 to $15 drop on the SPY. But if you really look at it, a 10% correction on the SPY right now would be about $40 pullback. So we would sit around the 370s on the consolidation. And that's what I've been trying to talk about or identify to you all, at least, is that the higher these markets go back or go up, the harder the consolidation is going to be on a 10% correction. We're going to pull down that much harder. That's all I'm saying. So, anyways, go back to the SPY. Currently trading at 449. The Q. Same trend as the SPY. I want to see if it breaks support on 332. You're going to see even more downward pressure on the tech stocks, which they already have downward pressure outside of your Microsoft and stuff like that. And I want to look at some of those as well. Once again, I want coffee and stocks to be about the stocks you're trading. So if you have any trades you're looking at, please post them in the chat, and we will look at them. It's the trend that I'm trying to identify here. You can also do it from this point. I'm going to see how well they correlate between the two. Let's do it right here. You know, this goes back to my saying too. I don't like doing diagonal trend lines. I'm more focused on Netflix had bad earnings. People aren't sitting at home anymore, and they're not releasing any good content, in my opinion. People have probably binge watched all of the Netflix you could potentially get. Keep in mind what I just identified on this horizontal was a shoulder and a potential head. Now, whether or not the trove is going to be as deep as it was back to the 310s, or even lower than that to the 297, which occurred at the beginning of March, not quite sure that's going to be the case, but this is now the price range we're trading in. I know we went above 338, hit 342s at all-time highs, cool. But for the most part, we're trading between 310.88 and 338. It has ZOM long puts out of the money. Okay, we'll look at that next. this is what I'm looking at. Tap, break up. More probability, in my opinion, to continue coming down. I'm not saying that's going to be the case, but that's what I'm expecting. Right here, this area right here is my forecast on this. Do we have support levels to break through on the way? Yes, we do. That being right there, 330s next, and then new potential support levels right, even if you top it out right around the 324.19s. So this is what I'm looking at. Incremental breakdowns is what I'll call it. But you wanted to look at ZOM. That's what I want to focus on. Is what you guys want to focus on. By the way, Tesla is currently sitting at 711.90 this morning, so watch out for it. ZOM. I don't know, man. You're coming into the compression zone. I can see that off the top. Without even really going into TA. Unless there's something I'm not aware of that is going on in the oil industry or with this particular company. Now, if you break below the 54.75s, I agree with that. Out of the money, I'm not sure how far out of the money you're going or you already hold. If you'll let me know. But what I'm seeing is potential for compression. That compression being right here to potentially break out and then probably trend downwards. So what I'm alluding to is, I'm not sure if now is the time. Now, if you got this from where I think you got it from, I would at least watch it for the oil going to drop. Are you referring to the legislation that they just passed where oil companies or OPEC plus can now face I forget exactly what it was, but I read up on it yesterday. Basically, take charges or lawsuits for what they're doing with the supply and demand. But yeah, back to my analysis on it. Look for the 5350s for potential reversal there. Now, with that being said, what I want to see is I'm going to turn that a different color real quick so I can identify it a little further back. Look at the January 22 puts. Okay. I have to open my TDA to do that. At 50 level, at 53.42 level, played resistance before. Once it tapped it, that's when we saw this breakout. So expect some support before it does break down. So compression zone now within this area, which would look something like that. I know this is going to extend though, so let me pull that stuff out. It's already extended. What are you talking about? Anyways, so right here is what I want to identify. Pay attention to that entire area. Oh, no. Because of right here as well. And actually that 54.75 that it's found support on has actually kicked in. Yeah. A lot going on with Russia. I'm not sure if you guys have been keeping up with the political side of anything, but definitely something to pay attention to. Alright, so once again, I believe that's the level we identified earlier. I'm going back in time, basically, right now. Okay, we haven't really traded here before, it doesn't look like. Look at that. 5606. Right above that support, that 54.75, which sits right above the 50. Once again, support. Hit that 50. So, I'm not disagreeing with you on the put, by the way. I'm just saying. Could bounce off that support, as it's done before. With it most recently being a level of resistance. Now, if it breaks below that support, I'm with you, 100%. That's confirmation. Especially if it breaks below the 50 as well and continues trending down. You said look at the January 22nd, 22 puts. Okay, let's do that. Excuse me. I need more coffee. Per usual. You said Netflix too, yeah. I wanted to look at Netflix while I'm loading this TDA. That way we can optimize our time. Actually, I want to see 4 hour. Does anybody see anything particular about this? Breakout, some grinding, pick up, gap down, about the same prices. Breakout, grinding, pick up, breakdowns. So bearish on Netflix would be 464, even with bad earnings. I'm looking for support there if it does continue to trend down like it did last time. Right here. Surprisingly, it didn't tap that level. It went to about 481. We're within this price channel here, so I would expect it to stay there. And you could trade the up and downs between that price level. That's what's up. But I'm actually bullish on it. I think it's a buy the dip opportunity to buy some options for cheaper than they would have costed you yesterday. Of course. So, and people are going to be selling them because, of course, they're getting burnt out. Unless they were smart and they didn't even buy options during earnings to begin with. I would like to call that the aftermath earnings rebound. Yeah, I wouldn't do puts on Netflix. I would honestly do calls right now, just because of what I'm seeing on the TA. Heavily oversold. MACD volume pulling up. MACD itself pulling up. Large gap to fill. Probably pick back up to maybe around the 520s with these, and then consolidate, keep running. So that's my direction on it. But also, I'm bearish on the market, so that's my counteraction to it. Is if we do see this 10% pullback, then everything's going to go red. So anything you buy or put on would be worthy of it. But yeah, I think this is going to rebound, honestly. first before it drops is what I'm referring to. So potential. Well, let's go back to the last time we gapped down. I want to see that. It was right around your black. Let me see. Last time we got down like this. It's right there at earnings. So I want to look at, what was that? October 20th. Oh no 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 no. Getting down this road. Oh no no. Gap down. Continued to trend, but there was something different here. Spins up. Yeah, what I'm seeing, if anything, it's probably gonna just trend sideways. And there is a $4 drop right there. Anyways, I have my TDA up now, so we're looking at ZOM. Ooh, hey, I got my account funded, so we will be doing the small account challenge. Or moving forward with it. Or I'm going to be doing a small account challenge personally, because I know we're off track with the group. Oh no 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 no! I've been down this road. Oh no no! Now my PC's messing up. Of course. Of course. Give me a second. I'm looking at the ZOM. No, ZOM, bruh. Justin, what are we looking at on these that are standing out to you? Ah, gotcha. I know there's a lot of focus on what's happening with the U.S. and Russia, but is anybody paying attention to what's happening with U.S. and China? Might be on, might be something you want to look at. Just FYI. Let's see. Gotta get my TOS set up again. We can use this thing on here in a minute. All right. Who all is on the live stream? Oh yeah, we got some new members on the TOS. Mark, welcome. Jolie Jill, excuse me. See, we still have a few people in there. I am currently getting my TOS set up real quick. Back in that action. Yeah. The 1 hour. 90 days fine, and then the 30-minute 10-day. Cooler. Too cooler for scooter. Active watch, use set. Okay. Studies. Study set, active watch. Okay. For you guys in Discord, I am getting ready to set up voice call over there if you want to join me there moving forward. And if you're not in our Discord and you want to just stay on the YouTube live stream, that's fine. Make sure my audio is set up. Okay. Justin, what's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Not much. Getting the ball rolling again, buddy.
Yeah. I think I'm seeing some upside on these calls leading up to earnings.
Which ones? The ones we were talking about yesterday that you had?
Yeah, I got 3 that I'm holding.
Is MOS moving back?
I want to say it started to make a move.
Okay. Let's see. Check out this. Where are we at? 411.50.
Started to at the end of the day. Started to at the end of the day yesterday.
Try to get rid of them at the end of the day, you said?
No, it started making a move positive.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I will be watching to see if the SPY breaks below, which it currently is. So let me see. That was weird. Looks like it's showing support around 410.87. If we break below that, which it looks like it may hit, actually, let me zoom in on that thing. Did we hit that? We did. Catch support. Okay. Nice. If we break support there, I will be buying a put. And that's 410.87. Get myself ready for the morning. It's 8:10. SPY. Man, I'm really looking at getting ready to powerhousing on things like FCell and BLNK. I think they have been slaughtered. Say that again?
You think they're going to rebound really hard?
Yeah. I mean, it's fire sale right now, and they're cheap, dude. Like, I would have never imagined them being this cheap. I'm not saying it wasn't impossible, but it's nice. Out of the money both ways is 417, 418, and 400, 401. Those might pick up a little bit. I'm making $18, which is about 20 cents per dollar. $20 per dollar drops. So, not bad. It's 20%. $2 is 40%. $3 is 50. Okay. Let me check the trading log real quick. -7. Pre-market. Okay. DXY above 91.40. VIX above 19. Open interest on these are how do I feel about it? What is it telling me? I'm not sure if Jeff is on this morning, but he called 404 on the spot this week. Might not be wrong.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. I think you said 403, right, by the end of the week.
Yeah. He said 404. It's a $7 drop.
Norak's video on Philip Morris.
On what?
On Philip Morris.
No, I didn't.
We should drop quite a bit this week.
You're kind of breaking up a little bit. It was on what?
MO.
MO. Yes, I did. It looks like, one second, Justin. It looks like there are everyone's fallen off the YouTube live stream. If you can let me know you're still there, I will keep it open. If not, I will go ahead and close it down. Yeah, I started watching it. I'm not sure if I finished it or not. Mm, 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 mm. I think we're gonna break support on the spot, bro.
All time.
About time, you said?
Yeah.
Agreed. They owe me some Benjis. When did we migrate from Benjis to Tendies? Who did that? Should be fired.
Roaring City.
Uh, gotcha.
Cowboy.
So the Q broke a key level of support yesterday. Which actually owes me some money too. Justin, Justin, I think you're the only one there. Um, I'll keep it open for you. That's Bear, by the way. I'm talking to. You know what I would be interested in doing? Oh no, there's gonna be Ivy crush that. I remember I thought this through and just wasn't right. Never mind. Scratch that thought. Scratch that thought. Tell you what, the QQQ's options are stupid expensive in comparison to the SPY. I'm gonna stick with her. I'm gonna stick with the SPY. I think I'm gonna ladder attack it. It's fine. I'll keep it open. There's somebody else in here. I'll be back. I was back now. Oh, wow. Russia just expelled 10 U.S. diplomats. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close the live stream. Thank you for joining us this morning. We will always get together for our coffee and stock sessions around 7:15 to 7:30 Central Time. If you would like to join us and discuss your trades, thank you for taking time out of your morning to spend some time with us. If you have any questions, feel free to join us on our Discord. You can find it in the link in the description below. Otherwise, have a good day. Good luck trading.